Ladies and gentlemen, if you had watched that match before, you would never forget that incredible moment in Indian cricketing history. Because what happened in those two deliveries was not that we won the match right then, but that the momentum shifted. We all felt it. The energy, the belief, the tide of the game, it turned. And that, my friends, is where we stand as a nation today. The momentum is with us. India is no longer on the sidelines. Decisions in the world cannot be made without us. We are learning to hold our own narrative, to run our own story. But here's the question: momentum is not victory, momentum is opportunity. The question is, do we have the confidence, the resilience, and the character to seize it? And for that, we must turn to the greatest teacher of character we have: sport. Good morning, friends, educators, architects of India's destiny. Let me ask you another question. What gave Arjuna the courage to doubt the accepted morality of his time? What made him question his dharma, his duty? It was the battlefield, a battlefield that had trained Arjuna not just to draw the bow, but to question life itself, to wrestle with meaning, and to seek truth at the edge of despair. And Lord Krishna, Guru to Shishya, did not tell him to surrender his armor. He commanded him to rise, to fight, to serve. This is our inheritance, where the highest good is courage, sacrifice, resilience, where true liberation lies not in escape, but in duty. For decades, ladies and gentlemen, we have poured our energy into one monumental task: building an academic engine to announce our brilliance to a world that dismissed us. And we succeeded. We built an engine so relentless that the world can no longer ignore us. For this, we must be proud. Each one of you here deserves a loud round of applause. But while building this engine, we let the chassis rust. The very frame that must carry us into the future has been left to corrode. The crisis of our time is not a poverty of information, it is a poverty of confidence. Our children are toppers in tests, but strangers to resilience. The playground has shrunk into a footnote. Sports period is the first casualty of exam preparation. This is not the failure of our teachers, it is the failure of our vision. And if I speak with such conviction, it is because this is not theory for me, it is life. From the age of 5, I began competing in speed skating and swimming. I competed at the national level. That wasn't enough. I played chess to sharpen my mind. I ran track for fitness. Injury after injury, I still searched for an arena worthy of my fire. I switched schools, found tennis at 12, and I locked in. Competed within the International Tennis Federation as a representative for India for many years, then got recruited on a scholarship to play the highest level of collegiate tennis in the USA. Tennis became my ticket to travel the world and understand not just sports, but education integrated with it. If there was a sport, I played it, and to this day, I still do. So I bring to you the one truth that I believe can liberate us all: sports. Firstly, sports teaches resilience. The Gita says, "The one whom pleasure and pain do not disturb, who is steady and wise, is fit for immortality." Secondly, sports teaches unity. Tat tvam asi. You are that. On the field, this is survival. No one wins alone. It is the antidote to selfishness, the foundation of democracy, the essence of community. Thirdly, sports teaches discipline. In sport, there are no excuses, no one to blame. The result is the echo of your own action. This is karma in motion. Sports teaches change, momentum shifts, the tide turns. Sport teaches adaptability, composure, patience. It prepares us for life's uncertainties. Sport teaches us to romanticize suffering. It is in this furnace of discomfort that growth is forged. Sport teaches us to see beauty in the ache, meaning in the sweat, and dignity in the struggle. Sport, above all, builds risk appetite. Sport forces us to weigh probabilities, trust our instinct, and act. Sport teaches us, but only if we are intentional in learning from it. Too often, children play without reflection, compete without awareness, win or lose without understanding what it means. The missing piece here is not opportunity, it is consciousness. When we step on a field with awareness, when we ask, what am I learning here? Sport stops being just a game or a future career path. It becomes a foundation, a means to any beginning. Sport expands the brain. Athletics sharpen cognitive functions. The playground strengthens not only muscles, but minds. Unlike contested knowledge, such as mathematical formula, or uncontested knowledge, such as mathematical formulas or historical dates, the knowledge generated on the sports field is contested, situational, and dynamic. It depends on perspective, context, and response to change. A goal scored may be celebrated by one teammate and lamented by another. The same action holds multiple meanings. This contested nature mirrors the complexity of real world problem solving and project based learning, where solutions are rarely fixed and must evolve with circumstances. By engaging in sport, students cultivate the imagination to explore alternatives, the resilience to test and revise their approaches, and the collaborative mindset to co create meaning with peers. Thus, sport becomes not merely a physical activity, but a living classroom for creativity, critical thinking, and navigating the uncertain terrain of contested knowledge. In this transformed classroom, sports are not a luxury, they are the bridge. They transfer critical and creative thinking across disciplines. They show students that knowledge is not fragmented, but integrated, embodied, and lived. I also recognize the challenge of our age. This generation speaks fluently about rights, but often forgets the equal weight of responsibilities. Western narratives celebrate hyper individualism, but our own culture teaches us that strength is born in family, in community, in responsibility to each other. Sport is the bridge here. It teaches accountability, teamwork, sacrifice, and discipline. It reminds us that no one wins alone. High school and college sports carry prestige, often rivaling academies in public attention. Together, these examples show a spectrum. India aspiring to reclaim sport as central to holistic education. China mobilizing it for national achievement, and the US leveraging it as both cultural identity and institutional opportunity. And so I declare this is not optional, it is a national necessity. Nations that lead do not do so by accident. Their children are in classrooms and on fields, ours must be the same. To the educators, the sports period is sacred, protect it. Parents, the playground is not a risk, it is an investment in your child's soul. And I say to all of you, India is changing. From joggers in parks to yoga festivals to our medal winning athletes, our nation is rediscovering sport. Let us not waste this moment. Let us reclaim this truth. Let us reimagine education. Let us build an India that is strong in mind, body, and spirit together. My mission is to bring back the missing intentionality I spoke about. We don't just encourage students to play or to guide them to build for impact and get into the top colleges across the world. We work with them to be aware of what each experience is teaching them. We help them connect the dots between sport and scholarship, between discipline and leadership, between resilience and life itself. Awareness is what converts raw experience into wisdom. And it is this awareness that makes skills transferable, practical, and implementable. Our mission is to forge this missing foundation. We blend the discipline of the boardroom with the mindset of the athlete. We help young Indians convert privilege into purpose, intellect into character. We look at the world as our landscape for opportunities and not just India. We prepare ourselves to provide complete and holistic solutions, not piecemeal or transient. To us, infrastructure is as vital as soft skills. And because awareness must always lead to action, we go one step further. Beyond guidance, we also work on building sports infrastructure so that young people don't just learn about the value of sport, but have real opportunities to participate, to practice, and to grow. This is our uddesha, our highest intention, to shape leaders who can withstand any storm and define their own future. We are rebranding sports for this and the next century so that it fits more snugly into our collective consciousness as a nation, so that it brings longevity, hope, and strength into our educational innovations. This is the India Swami Vivekananda foresaw when he said, "You will understand the Gita better with your muscles a little stronger. You will be nearer to heaven through football than through the study of the Gita." And while today we've only just touched the surface, I hope it sparks a thought. What might it look like if every child had the chance to bring the best of the classroom and the playground into their future? That is a conversation I would be glad to continue with you. Thank you, and Jai Hind.